Matt, how's the situation now compared to about 90 minutes ago?
It's completely different, Lindsay, and you can see the park behind us has been cleared. There were thousands of people here, and about an hour ago, 90 minutes ago, they had burst through the barricade, removed pieces of the barricade, poured into this buffer zone about 300 yards away from where you are, and I'm standing here with the Superintendent of Chicago Police, Larry Snelling. When all of those protesters moved into that buffer zone, we saw that some of your officers were ready. What was going through your mind when you saw them pour in there?
Just to protect the city. Once they breached the fence, well, we knew that that was problematic. We had to put an end to it, and I've said all along, you know, as long as people are peacefully protesting, fine. But now when you start taking down fencing and you're trying to breach an area that's a matter of some serious national security, we want to make sure that they don't get beyond that point.
But they were shaking the fence on the other side. It looked like some of them were trying to get through, but there's no CS gas, there's no tear gas deployed. I didn't see any use of batons. There seemed to be some significant discipline on the part of police.
Listen, I've said it all along. I could not be more proud of the Chicago Police Department, the leadership team that you see here that led up the training for this event, and the way that these officers responded and the level of discipline that they showed. You know, we had people deploy pepper gas toward our officers, throw water on them, throw water bottles, sticks, things of that nature, and they were continuously trying to take down the fence, and our officers responded as professionally as we trained them to.
Do you expect more of that this week?
We don't know what to expect, but what I do know and what I do expect is our officers to respond exactly the way that they responded today, professionally, quickly, and effectively.
How many arrests were made?
I'll have to get that number back to you. Because I don't have the exact count there right now, so I don't want to give you a bad number.
All right, thanks so much, Superintendent.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
So I want to show you something, Lindsay, just before we leave here. The fence, this barricade, which is the hard perimeter of the DNC, is just there. You might be able to see it. It's that black steel caging. And what the protesters managed to do, and I'm not quite sure how, is remove the braces from it and lift it up, placing them down on the ground, and then they poured into this buffer zone. And I'm going to have our cameraman Juan wheel around here so you can see how close we are to the United Center where you are. And they were shaking the fence on the other side where you see those officers. There were probably about 100 or so people in this buffer zone area, and then police over the course of about half an hour pushed them back out through the breaches into the park where we just were, and then out of the park in a very slow and methodical manner. We did see some arrests, but no serious violence, at least that we were aware of, Lindsay.
And Matt, just before I let you go, what are the protesters demanding?
They have been demanding, first of all, they've been saying and equating President Biden with Vice President Harris, saying the policies of the Democratic Party are the same. They are to support Israel. They've been calling for an immediate ceasefire and calling for the U.S. to impose an arms embargo on Israel. Obviously, that is not something that the Democratic Party is likely to embrace as a platform right now, but that is at least what the bulk of these protesters have been calling for. And this was one of 34 actions that are set to take place this week. It's considered to be one of the biggest ones. The next major protest is going to take place on Thursday, Lindsay, also in this area just north of the United Center. Lindsay.
Of course, Thursday night, the night that Kamala Harris is going to take the stage here. Matt Gutman, our thanks to